What up, everyone? Oh boy, we got a lot to talk about this video. So much has happened. We got lots of boxes to review and we got lots of stories to tell. So, I hope you can stay tuned for the entire thing because we got so much to talk about. All the stuff with Infinity Crate, we're going to go into all these boxes, give them a nice review. It's going to be epic. So, for those of you tuning into the channel for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to give my quick little spiel here about what the channel is if this is your first time watching it. Give you a quick breakdown so you understand what's going on here. So, the point of this channel, what this channel is all about, basically, boxes. Shitloads of boxes. We got boxes, we got beards, and we got some beer. That's what I do, that's how I roll. But just a little bit of beer, nothing crazy, nothing too wild here. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Anyway, so the point of this channel is to help you, the viewer, find the best box out there. This channel is all about you guys. It's all about the community. It's all about the viewers because I love and respect you all and I want to help you out. That's why I'm doing this. So, what we do in this video, I go through the boxes, I break them down to their bits and pieces, we get super analytical about it, see what makes them tick, and then find out what might be the best box for you. In my lineup, I have 12 boxes, so I'm going to order them from 12 to 1. I try to do my best to do this for the general population, what most people would like, what most people would be interested in, so on and so forth. But, you know, it's different for everyone. A specific box may be different for you. But either way, we'll still go through it and still give you an idea of what might be best for you. Because the number one question I get asked on this channel is, what's the best box? And it's like, well, it depends. It depends on what you want, depends on what you like. If you like collectibles, or you like shirts, or you like Marvel, or you like DC, it just depends. So, that's what this is about. So, before we start on anything, I just want to give a few disclaimers about this. One comment I've heard advertised on my channel is that I'm just giving a bunch of complaints all the time. So I just want to dismiss that right away and say nothing of what I say for the next probably hour, I don't know how long this video is going to be, nothing of what I say is a complaint. I have no complaints about any of these boxes. I love these boxes. This is my life. This is what I do. I love everything about them and everything in them. So believe me when I say none of this is a complaint. None of it's meant to be negative. I'm not hating or bashing on any of these companies ever, and I'm never going to, because that's not respectful and that's not what I do. But I'm just going to be very critical. I get over analytical and I analyze things. To some people that could be interpreted as negative, but I just want to let you know it's not meant to be taken negatively. I'm just analyzing things and I'm reviewing. It's a review. That's what the point of this. So I'm reviewing things and breaking them down and really analyzing them. But that's just to be helpful, not because I'm like whining about it or anything. Because again, I have no complaints. There's not a single complaint I have. So, that being said, I also have some stories to tell. I'm going to talk about my ratings. A lot of people have asked like how I break down my ratings. So I've come up with a system. It's called the 3 V's. It's variety, value, and virtue. So variety, what kind of stuff do you get? Is it stuff that appeals to everyone or to a limited market? Value, how much do you get back? The funny thing about these mystery boxes is you can't, whatever money you pay for it, you can't get the same amount of money back because it's a mystery. If you're just doing that, like you would just go out and buy the stuff yourself. So you kind of want to get more back than you paid for it because chances are you might not like something. So but we'll talk about that more later. And the last one is virtue. A big deal about a lot of these companies is how these companies run. And mainly about customer service. I'm going to have a long talk about customer service, specifically with one of these boxes, but it turns out to be a big deal. Some of these boxes and companies are a big hassle to deal with, and they have poor customer service. So that's something that I find important, and that goes into the rating. So I give all these boxes certain ratings and things like that. So try not to get too caught up on specific numbers and ratings that I give. I give numbers and ratings and dollar values and things like that, but they're very general. It's just to kind of help you guys figure it out and kind of steer you in the right direction. But don't get too caught up on specific numbers because I'm not the all-seeing, like, amazing expert and value number guy. I'm just kind of generalizing and giving opinions to try and help out. So don't get too caught up on specific things. If you see a box that's number 6 and you thought, oh, that should have been number 5, like, don't worry too much about it. Just think generally. Think of this as like low tier, mid tier, and high tier. So it just kind of depends for the individual. Again, just trying to be helpful and steer it in the right direction. So I'll talk more about specific things as we go through it, but I don't want to spend too much time rambling at the beginning, so let's get into some of these boxes. So let's see, what do we got here? I think we have 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes. So starting off with number 12. Now, this box, number 12, has a huge story to go along with it. So if you're tuning in for the first time, don't feel that you have to listen to the whole story. My regular viewers are definitely going to want to hear about this, but anyone else, I'll put in the description timestamps for every single box, so you can feel free to skip ahead. I won't be offended. I know I talk way too much, so feel free to jump around and look at specific things. I'll include pictures in the description, or not description, after I say what place the box is in, I'll show a picture of the things in that box. Or if you're just curious about the contents, skip all the way to the very end and I'll show just pictures of what's in the box. So to make it easy for you guys, you can skip right to the end and just look what's inside. So that being said, let's jump into number 12. Woo! Alright, yeah, number 12. Let me warm up for this one. Let me take a little bit of beer. Alright. Those who know me know why I need that beer, because this one is a doozy. So, the number 12 spot goes to Infinity Crate. And lately, if you've been keeping up with it, there's such a long story to go along with this Infinity Crate that, Jesus Christ, hold on, phone's going on. Alright, so there's a huge story to go along with this Infinity Crate. Quick synopsis about this Infinity Crate. I had a huge problem with customer service. They ignored my emails, they didn't respond to me, and I was very unhappy about that. So I gave reviews of the box and talked about the customer service. We didn't agree, comments were thrown around. More recently, I got a very specific comment about apparently someone from the company who was just like hating on me. And the last video I did like 3 videos ago, you can check it out, my most recent Infinity Crate review. There's a big debacle about it, someone hating on me for my review. So, let's talk about that. I'm sure you're dying to know the conclusion of this epic tale. So first off, I would like to give a shout out to every single one of my subscribers. You guys are fucking awesome, and I love you to death. This is why I do this channel. I don't get anything out of this. I don't get paid for it. I don't get anything in return. I don't get free boxes. I pay for all this out of the pocket, and I don't get anything out of it but some friends. I want to talk to you guys, and I want to make friends and share and help out and be a part of the community. That's all I ever wanted. And it was times like these that show that I'm really actually attaining that goal. I'm really getting that, because everyone showed so much support for me. Every person that I've talked to that ever left a comment had my back and was totally supportive of everything I said and believed in and defended me. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. That is amazing. That's incredible. You guys are incredible. So what we did, and we can stop now, by the way. I said we needed to spread the word about Infinity Crate and their bad customer service. So people blew up their Facebook to the point where they had to disable their comments because it was getting blown up so much. Like, nothing got posted or anything, but people went to town on it. And I was so blown away. I never thought that would happen. I thought maybe one person would post something on there, maybe, but everyone did, like hundreds of people. Comments on the video, on their Facebook, on their Twitter, blew it up. So, I am proud to say and thankful to say that it worked. We got their attention and I got my apology. They sent a mail and they apologized. Like, we did it. Like, all of us did it. Like, I wish I had some confetti to throw around, or some fireworks or something like that to celebrate the occasion. We did it. Like, we got their attention. Like, we finally did it. And I finally got my apology. That's all I wanted. That was it. That's all I wanted from them, was an apology. And I got it. So, thank you to everyone that made that possible. So, but let's talk about that a little bit. So there's been some misconceptions here. So this person, Zehomie Knight, which was his YouTube name, as soon as I posted the video, I found out that he was claiming to be, I don't know if I have the paper around, it was like the chief executive operator or something like that for Infinity Crate. So it turns out that that's not that person. This person wasn't their chief executive operator or whatever that was. So that was news to me. As soon as people started posting on their Facebook, they immediately came forward and said, this guy's not with us, they're not with the company. Now, at this point in the story and my journey with them, like, I don't know what to believe. I really don't. I don't know who to believe or listen to these days. Like, people are leaving comments. I want to believe people, but people are pulling in different directions. Like, as soon as they said that, a bunch of people said, like, they're just scamming, like, Infinity Crate's just covering up their own mess. But, you know, I don't know. Like, I want to believe them, and I do, and I feel like I should. Like, I don't think that guy works for the company, because the person in that position there, whatever it was, the chief executive, ended up contacting me and said, hey, I'm that person, this person's not this. He's just a troll. Now, here's my theories on this. So, this is one of two situations, and I'm going to talk about this, and again, if you don't want to hear the story, skip past it. But everyone else, there's two situations here. Scenario number one, this guy is just a total troll, and he's just a huge major asshole. Which it could totally be the case. There's plenty of reason that says that he could just be that kind of person. But the funny thing about it is, I get trolls on my channel. Everyone does. People get trolls all the time. That basically people that just want to lash out just so they can get attention. But the funny thing about that is, I found it a little hard to believe that he's just that much of a troll because just why? Why do that specifically? I get trolls on the channel, and they're idiots. They'll come and insult me like, oh, I fucking hate you, you're an idiot, you complain too much, I hate your glasses, you look like a homo, whatever. They'll come on there and just throw insults, and you can tell they're a troll from a mile away. But this one was different, because he wasn't really like just insulting, he was very distinguished in what he said, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is he took such a stance to defend Infinity Crate. That's what I thought was weird. If you're just a troll, then why put in so much effort to defend a certain company? Like, that just seemed very odd to me. Like, why take that much time out of your day? And it wasn't just one time, it was various occasions. So that's what brings me to scenario number two, which could also be a possibility. Now, let me preface this with, I don't think this is the fault of Infinity Crate. I don't think they're to blame at all here, but this is just a situation that I think may be the case. So I don't start blaming Infinity Crate, because that's not what the point of this part is. So, I feel like this guy may still be associated with the company somehow, but not working for them. And I'll give you an example. So, here in America, we have something called Yelp. And for those of you in the UK that don't know what that is, or maybe you have it too, basically it's just a site or an app that you go on there and you see information about any given business. And there's people that give lots of reviews about a business, so they give you an idea of whether you should use that business or not. Now, a common thing to do for businesses is they'll have people purposely go on Yelp and put positive reviews for their business. It can't be people within the company, because that would look bad. So they get their friends, their spouses, their siblings to go on there and put reviews. Now, it seems almost like that may have been something that happened. Like, someone that worked for the company could have gone home and complained to their wife or girlfriend or something like that about me and my reviews. So maybe it was just taken the wrong way, and someone had the best intentions of just trying to defend the company, and it just went wrong. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, I'm just saying that it just made me curious that maybe something like that happened. Maybe someone knows someone in the company and they were just trying to do the right thing and trying to defend the company, and it just went wrong. So, I'm not going to give an opinion about either one of those. I'm just explaining that just to give some information here. So either one of those. Either it's associated with the company in a way they may not know, but they're investigating so they will know eventually. Either that, or someone just literally is that big of an asshole and has nothing better to do with their time. What the official answer is, I don't know. Infinity Crate is like I said, they're investigating the situation, and I'm helping them, because this is bullshit. Like this person, if they are just a troll, like, what an asshole, man. Like, what a dick. Like, first of all, you're going to come on my channel and insult me, and then you're going to make this company look bad? Like, for what? Like, what do you gain out of it? So, I'm going to personally see to it, and I'm going to help them. I'm going to give them, I gave him his address, like his website address, his YouTube page. I sent them the comments, so I'm going to help them in any way I can to investigate this and get to the bottom of this situation, because it's not fair what this person's doing, and I don't stand for it. So, so we can officially not post on Infinity Crate's Facebook or anything anymore, because as far as we know, this person does not work for the company, and he is just trolling. So there's good news for them and for us. So that whole situation, which is kind of sad, like I did a whole video about it, and it turns out it wasn't bad customer service to begin with. So, huge, long, rambling story, right? But here's the situation. This box does still get the number 12 spot, because even this person aside, and many people that in the comments defended me in the same way, and they said, even if that person was a troll, the reality of the matter is, I did still get bad customer service. I did get ignored on various occasions. I did get charged for boxes I didn't order. I did get boxes shipped late, and various other things. So, even with that guy being a troll, and even if I end up having to remove that video because it's false, which I may have to do, even if that's the case, it still is going to get the number 12 spot, because I did have to deal with 7 months of bad customer service. And I did get that apology finally, which I'm so thankful for, but it did take 7 months to get that. And I put many videos on there, and Infinity Crate had posted comments on my videos before, not from this troll guy, but actually from their own YouTube page, and didn't give an apology, and there was a whole story behind that. So that's still the fact of the matter of that. So yeah. When Infinity Crate sent me their apology, they also, I'm so happy, like, if Infinity Crate's watching, thank you for finally giving me an apology. And they actually did try to make up for it. They offered me 3 free months of Infinity Crate. So that's what every company's done before. And I didn't ask for that, so I didn't ask them to give me free stuff. I just wanted an apology. But they did offer it, which I do appreciate. And they even said they'll throw in some extra goodies. They said, we know you love Dragon Ball Z. We have some extra stuff that's like rare pop figures and stuff like that to send to you. But to be perfectly honest, and they offered me all this free stuff, but I'm going to respectfully decline the offer. I appreciate that. That was very nice of them to do, and no disrespect whatsoever. I mean this in the nicest way. I'm going to decline the offer. I'm going to say thank you, but no thank you. I think it's just best for both of us, the company and me, to just part ways at this point. I think they're tired of seeing my reviews, and I'm just okay with not getting that box, even though I don't have to pay for it. Even though it's free stuff, I'd rather just wash my hands clean of the situation and just be done with it. Because, not saying that this would happen, but I would just hate it if I did get those boxes and they didn't show up again and I had to contact customer service. Like, even thinking about it just stresses me out. So, even though it's free stuff, I'd rather just not worry about it. So again, thank you, Infinity Crate. That's very nice of you, especially to throw in extra stuff. That's like so sweet of you guys to do. So thank you for taking responsibility. Thank you for apologizing. Thank you for making it up to me. You did the right thing, and now everyone's going to know it. So I stand by my word, and I want everyone to know that that's what happened. So, and also I want to say to Infinity Crate, I said I would be the first one to admit if I was wrong. I apologize for the last review. So this was a homie night that spread this bullshit about the company. I'm sorry that this happened to both of us. I'm sorry that bad word got spread to you, and I'm sorry to my viewers that had to deal with that too. This person just caused chaos with everyone, so I apologize to them for having that happen. Like, I never want to spread hate. I never want to give, like, disgrace where it's not due. I want to give credit where credit is due, and obviously bad reviews when they're due, but I never want to lie about anything. I never want to spread hate just to do that. Like, that's never what I'm about. That's not what I do, ever. So I apologize for that sincerely. I honestly do. I'm sorry for that happened. But yeah, it's been a long enough ride, and I'm gonna pass on the free stuff, and I'll move on from there. But in other news, this person's a homie night. they gave me some information in saying they think that the guy changed his YouTube channel name, and he changed his name to Doggy, and they were giving me some info about it. And what I was gonna do, if I could prove it this was the guy, I was gonna let everyone know and just like disgrace this man for everything he's done. But I don't think I can quite prove that that's the same channel. It looks similar, it has the same tag, but I couldn't quite prove that. So if they ever get back to me, Infinity Crate, and tell me that that is this guy's channel, like, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I'm going to make sure that he gets banned from YouTube. He does not deserve an account. He is a bad, bad man. So I would personally see to it that YouTube bans him for everything he's done. But we'll see what they do with their investigation. So to sum up, after my talking for an hour, if anyone's still listening, I love you so much. So to sum up, again, not to say anything bad, these aren't bad companies, these aren't bad boxes. There's nothing I have to complain about them, there's nothing negative I'm going to say, but the reality is, it's not the best. Of the 12 I got, it was on the lowest end. Nothing bad with this company, nothing wrong with them per se, but there are much better boxes out there. Like I said, the point of the channel is to try to help you find the best one, and for the general population of America, this most likely wouldn't be that box. So I'm not trying to hate or anything, just trying to be honest and give critical reviews. I hope all these companies understand that. I hope they see the video and understand that what I'm doing is just meant to be taken as constructive criticism to companies and just to help people out. But that's all I'm going to say about Infinity Crate. I hope that we can come to an agreement here. No disrespect to them whatsoever, but it's been a long, wild ride, and I'm ready to move on from it. So I hope they can understand that with nothing but respect. So, there that is. Very long ramble about Infinity Crate. I don't even know how long I've been recording. Hours, maybe. So anyway, the rest of the boxes from here on out should go much, much quicker. That one had a specific story about it. All the other ones, it's just going to be a quick glance through. So, things to note about it. I'm going to show a picture of everything that's in the box, just a quick picture, but I'm not going to go super in-depth for every single box. I'm going to kind of glaze over it and just talk about it very quickly. If you're curious about specific things or want a more in-depth review of specific boxes, there are individual videos for every single box where I go real in-depth, like for a long time. So if you're looking for short, quick reviews, you've come to the wrong place. We go in-depth and analyze this stuff. So something else to note here, and something various things I'm going to bring up throughout this video. These ratings I'm giving are strictly for US buyers. I'd love to give a rating for everyone, for people in the UK and Australia and so on and so forth, but I can't do that because I don't know what the exchange rates are, and I don't know what the import fees are and things like that. Boxes cost different for everyone in the world. Depending on where it gets shipped to, it's going to be a different price. So I wish I could give a rating for everyone, but I have to make it more specific, and the ratings and numbers I give are for US buyers. If anyone in the UK ever has questions about stuff, feel free to contact me directly, and I'm more than happy to help out. But in general, for my pricings and rating, they are for US buyers. So please keep that in mind as I'm going through the boxes. But anyway, moving on. Number 11, let's speed through it. Number 11, my Geek Box. So I had my fair share of problems with their customer service too. There was a whole spiel about it, almost as bad as Infinity Crate, like it was a big ordeal. And I've just come to the realization that for US buyers, UK boxes just usually really aren't that great of an idea. One, because there's no way around it. Shipping is outrageous. It's no one's fault. It's just that's what it costs to get here. So shipping is always going to be crazy pricey, which throws off the whole value of the box. So that in itself is enough of a reason to usually not do it. On top of that, like, I've had nothing but bad customer service from the UK. I've had very little good customer service, and nothing against anyone in the UK. Maybe it's just a coincidence, which it probably is, but it's a big hassle to have to deal with customer service when they're on a completely different time zone. They're like opposite schedule of our day and night, and it's just a big hassle to deal with. And the third thing is, I've come to the realization that with this box specifically, that the UK and other countries are never going to get anything exclusive. they're never going to get anything that we can't get here. All the UK boxes are buying from America, having it shipped to the UK, putting it back in a box, and then shipping it right back to us. That process just is a lot of wasted money, and they're not getting anything special. Because Funko has officially said that other countries won't get anything exclusive, America will get it as well. And this is a perfect example. We got, I'll show the picture right now, we got our Unmasked Cyclops, which wasn't exclusive to this box, but then we found out that America's getting it too, and it'll be exclusive to something in America. It was still cool. I still really liked it. It was a good pop figure, but it was disappointing to, when you get something exclusive and then find out it's not exclusive. So that would be a bummer in anyone's book. But it was still a cool pop figure, and I did still like it. The reason this got lower was because it was a value problem. I've had problems with customer service, but that's kind of in the past. They've gotten much better at it. Now that they know that I do public reviews, they're much better at responding to me. So, yeah, so this one had a pretty low value. You got much less than you paid for, and that was most of the reason why it got a lower score and a lower spot on in the countdown. And again, it's nobody's fault. It's just it costs a lot extra to ship it here, so that ruins the value. So that's why I probably wouldn't recommend pretty much any UK box for Americans. So until I find one, that's kind of going to be my motto. So I'm kind of happy to be done with Infinity Crate and my Geek Box. So I'm kind of happy to be done with the UK boxes, because it was always stressful and a hassle. It came at an odd time. It came late in the month. Blah blah blah. So enough about that. That's number 11. Now moving on. Number 10. We have My Geeky Goodies. Now this is the last we're going to see of this box for a while. They're taking the summer off, revamping their company, and they're going to come back bigger and stronger, which I gotta say, I couldn't be more excited for that. I think that was a good call. Not that they were bad or anything, but I think most companies could use that. I hope they've watched my videos, and I hope they take my opinions as constructive criticism, like many of these boxes have, and they've come out better because of it. I hope they're listening to their customers, is basically what I'm getting at. But this one, you can tell this was their last box, because it seems like the last two, they were just kind of putting in leftover stock of what they had. Like, their themes were always very general, and I can't remember the theme of this one. I think it was like heroes versus villains. Let's see. I can't find it. But anyway, the theme of the box was just like extremely general, so it was just a bunch of random stuff put in there, and the value wasn't high either. You barely got what you paid for, but I have hope for this company. I do feel like they're going to come back a much better company, because I have seen good stuff come from this company, so I'm excited to see what they come back with in the fall. I have a feeling they're going to make partnerships and get some exclusives, so I can't wait for that. I genuinely like this company. The past two boxes weren't stellar, but I thought they're a good company. I'm excited to see what they might do in the future. I'm pretty excited about that. So that's number 10. Moving on. See, we're moving faster now. We're not spending tons of time. Number 9 was Geek Fuel. This one has been all over the place. They've had good ones, they've had bad ones. It's just kind of, it's always around the middle though. And I've said this a million times, but I don't know if I'm going to keep this much longer. I keep thinking they're going to get exclusives eventually. They've talked about it, but I don't know if they're actually going to. I'm never that thrilled about this box, but I'm reluctant to cancel because I just know the second I cancel, they're going to have something amazing. But anyway, that's about the future. But this box, it's a lot for gamers. They always come with a game code, so if you're a Steam gamer or a PC gamer, like, I would definitely recommend this box for you. But the fact of the matter is, not everyone is. They do add game codes every month, but the good news is they have really good value. So their game codes never take up a ton of the value. So even without the codes, it usually gives pretty good value, and I'm happy about it. But this box wasn't that great because they put in like half of this. We have a t-shirt, and the other thing was they put in 2 books. Books are fine. I love books, but they were the Jurassic Park and the Lost World books, and there's just nothing special about it. They're very easily attainable, so nothing wrong with those. Those are fine, but I would have rather seen something a little, I don't know, a little more interesting than that. So this one wasn't their best box. This was probably one of the worst, I wouldn't say, they're not bad, but one of the lower end of boxes that I've gotten from this company. So we'll see what they do next month, and we'll see if they bring it back up. These companies kind of go up and down with their quality sometimes, and this one just wasn't their best. Not much more to say about that. Alright, let's see. Number 8, moving right along. Let's see what we got for number 8. Alright, number 8. We got One-Up Box. So, this one has been kind of steadily declining in quality lately. They did okay this month. They had a bad habit of like plastering their logo all over their products, which I think everyone hated and I think they complained about. So they finally started changing that. This one was better than how it's been recently, but it's still, the quality of things is a little bit cheaper, but that's because this is a cheaper box. It's a very cheap box to get, one of the cheapest out there. This one and Super Geek Box, as far as I know, are the cheapest, and they originated from the same company. The person that ended up making Super Geek Box came from One-Up Box. They eventually parted ways and made 2 separate companies, but it seems like Super Geek Box is stepping up the quality, meanwhile One-Up Box is staying with the cheaper quality side of things. So, and again, that's not a bad thing, but that depends on your interest. If you want to save money and keep it cheap keep it cheap with the price, if you're just looking for a cheap box to have a little fun, hey, this is totally the box for you. I totally recommend it. The great news about this company and Super Geek Box is they have a fantastic referral program. So they give you a link for anyone that signs up, and if you refer customers, if you refer 4 customers in a month, you get a free box. Your next box is free for the month. So that is fantastic. That's a better referral program than any other box out there, and I love that. So how hard is it to find 4 people to sign up with in a month? Not that hard, especially for someone like me who has the channel going. So the good news is you don't have to be an affiliate or anything. You don't have to have a partnership with them. This program's for everyone. So as long as they have that, like I may start getting boxes for free with that if I can find 4 people in a month. I haven't started yet, but I think I might do that. That's fantastic. So that's really cool about that. That's a great thing about this company. The other thing, I hope they step it up. The problem is their t-shirts have never been great. They always do mashups, and they're not super great at the mashups. They've been like the worst at the mashups. This t-shirt was better, the Ryu Dance Dance Revolution, so better, but still suffering in quality. But the good news is, this gives tremendous value. They're always very good on the value. But again, it's easier because it's a cheaper box. It's easy to beat their own value when you give them such a little amount to begin with. So this one got number 8. So I hope this one steps it up in the future. But again, nothing wrong with it. We're getting into that mid-tier now where boxes are just, they're good. They're good, but they're just not like amazing. They're not fantastic. But they're still good boxes. So this may be the one for you. Just kind of depends on what you're interested in. But anyway, this came with a shirt, and they usually always come with a nice figure or anything, but again, they're usually somewhat generic figures. I've never seen this company do anything exclusive as far as like collectibles or anything like that. So we'll see how this company goes. But again, fantastic referral program. Can't argue with that. Next, number 7. And number 7 was Geek Me Box. So this box isn't going to be around much longer. This was given to me as a gift, Christmas gift, this last Christmas for it was almost a year of boxes, and that's almost up, and I don't think I'm going to renew it because this company has been fine. The great thing about this company is they always give fantastic shirts. Not necessarily the print, sometimes the design on them is a little bit but the quality's good. This is one of the only companies that gives the Toltex brand of shirt, which is a great brand to print on. Most companies give the Gildan brand, and I'm not a fan of that. They're very stiff, it's rough, it's itchy, it's kind of uncomfortable, they're usually not fitted, but Toltex is nice. It's nice quality, it's soft, it's fitted, and things like that, so I really appreciate that. This time around was a good shirt design, and I liked it, but the last month it was a weird design, so it's kind of hit and miss. But this one came with a really cool book, though, and it was a nice hardcover book, the Wolverine book, so I thought that was really cool. Not just because it was a book, because it was a good choice. It was a nice hardcover, so you can put it on a shelf and display it if you want. It had like cool pictures in it, so that was something interesting and new. So I think this may be around 1 more month, but I don't think it's going to continue past that. I just personally think it's time to give some other boxes a try. This one's been good, but it's been okay. It's always in the middle, so it's about time. I've done these boxes for so many months, and there's so many new companies. Other people need to try, and I only have so much money. So I'm going to start switching out these boxes, and this is going to be one of them. But it had a good run. It had some good stuff, and I really like that. So that was number 7. I'm going to take a little break in the boxes and give some information. People have been asking questions about this. So, 2 things. First of all, we'll get to the next box, so again, feel free to skip ahead. As far as the ratings I give on these boxes, if you're watching individual ones, it's out of 10, and the ratings I give are in relation to other boxes. So you'll see a lot of the good boxes I get are around 7.5 or like 8s and things like that. Very rarely ever higher than that because they're in relation to each other. I need to give them headroom because these boxes are growing at a constant rate. And if I was constantly giving 9s and 10s, then that wouldn't really help anyone. So the good way to think of my rating system is that 5 in the middle is okay. 5 is one like it was a good box, but you could do without it. Like if it didn't show up, you wouldn't be like upset or anything like that. Anything above a 5 is a good box that I would personally recommend. How much I would recommend it? That's that scale. And then anything below a 5 is something that I would say probably avoid. If it's something specific to your interest that you're crazy about, go for it, but I would probably avoid that specific box for that reason. So the other thing I want to talk about is t-shirts. I give a general rating on all t-shirts of a $12 to $15 value. And I had a big debate about this on my channel with someone that they were saying like, that's too high, like why would you give that value on these like random mashup shirts when you can go buy like nice shirts for like $10 anywhere else that are branded. And those values are based on what it would cost to get that shirt specifically. So the reality of the matter is that t-shirts are not valued based on their quality, which I know sounds ass backwards, but it's true. T-shirts are valued based on who's selling them. So you could go to Hot Topic now and buy a t-shirt for $20, or you can go to Walmart and buy a t-shirt for $7.50, or you can go to Target and buy it for $12.99. They're all branded, they all have Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that stuff, but it doesn't matter the quality, it depends on who's selling it. So that $12 to $15 rating is what it would cost to replace that shirt specifically. If you wanted that one specifically, that's what I've seen people selling them for online. So the ironic part about it is like the better quality shirts are actually cheaper than these like one-of-a-kind shirts. Not one-of-a-kind, but these exclusive shirts, because it costs more to make them. It costs more to make exclusive shirts. Even though they're lower in quality, they end up being a higher price. So I give all the shirts a general rating of 12 to 15, and that's general, so around that price, because that's what it would cost to buy that shirt specifically online or for a company, including tax and shipping. Sorry, that was totally a side tangent, so I'm sorry for getting sidetracked here. But let's continue on with the countdown. Let's see where we're at. Number 6. Let's see what we got here. Alright, number 6. Let's see what we got here. Loot Crate. So, this box really never disappoints. They are known for their fantastic value. They always give tremendous value. At least double, sometimes even triple the value of what you pay for it. Now, this is a cheaper box. It's around $20, so it is a little easier for them to give good value, but even still, like, fantastic value all the time. And this is a pretty good box. Some of their themes, though, have been, like, kind of off lately. Next month is going to be Heroes, which is a nice one, a good general one to put a lot of stuff in. But some of their more specific ones have been kind of off. Still good value, still good product, but not for everyone. They don't always relate to the general population. It's more specific. This one was great. So we got an exclusive figure, the Terminator T-800 skull from any of the Terminator movies. But I thought that was very great that they had an exclusive figure, and it's really cool. Playing devil's advocate here, this skull wasn't the highest in quality, wasn't the best. Still cool, I love it, gonna put it on display, but the quality wasn't super on it. I recently went to Comic-Con and I saw some Skulls replicas on display that looked just immaculate. And that just like proved my point of, if you were to put them side by side, it'd be like, wow, like it's like night and day. So this one, and I also thought it was going to be made of different material. The paint job wasn't stellar, and when I saw it, I kind of thought it was going to be like a stone material, like my statues, like either resin or porcelain or polystone or something like that. And then when I opened it up, I realized it was just like a very light plastic, and a hollow plastic at that. So the quality was a little lower than I thought by looking at it. But again, nothing wrong with it. It's still great. I still much rather have it than not. I thought it was a fantastic thing, and it was exclusive, so that was really cool to see. But it was just it's just hard to see like high res like quality stuff that I have, and then this one it's like, well, man. But anyway, still a very cool item, and I liked that. And they also had a very good shirt design. It was a crossover, but it was a good crossover. So there are definitely good crossovers and bad crossovers. We've seen bad crossovers. Mario and Batman was a bad crossover. Powerpuff Girls and DuckTales, bad crossover. But this Tron Transformers, they did a good job. I really liked it. It was fantastic. It didn't seem too forced. It didn't seem like they were really mashing two genres or characters together or anything. So they kind of did it rather well, and I really liked it. I thought they did a good job. So their t-shirts are always pretty good quality, so I like that. It was printed on the Gildan brand, which isn't super high quality or anything, but it was still a good shirt, and I very much like that. But again, you really can't argue with the value on Loot Crate. I don't think anyone would be super disappointed ever by getting a box like this. Like I said, the themes are sometimes very specific. They really try to get out there and do different themes, which is good. I commend them for that, but like I said, they don't always hit it home. Sometimes the themes, like, you either love it or hate it, and it's a bummer when it's a theme you don't like. So this one was okay, but I'm excited for next month's Heroes because that's something that everyone can like. That's a general theme where they can do some really great stuff with it, so I'm excited to see where that is. But anyway, number 6, Loot Crate. Gotta love it. Alright, moving on. Number 5. Number 5 is Power Up Box. So I gotta say, I'm always excited to get this box because I like the bigger boxes. You have so much more opportunity to get something awesome. I like it when there's more stuff in there. That's why I like one-up box, but I'm never super excited because it's so small, you know, like, okay, you're gonna get a t-shirt because you always do, and like one other thing. It's like, that's cool and all, but that's all you get. With a box like this, you get, this one you had 2 t-shirts, but usually you get 1 t-shirt, usually a comic, and a collectible, and something to display, and this, and this, and this. So it's cool to get so much more stuff because it's fun to get more items. And this box has slowly been getting better and better. Like each month they've been taking like small steps forward, and it's been getting slightly better. The only bad news about this box is the price. It costs $40, and that's a lot. That's a lot for a box. It's one of the more expensive, maybe even the most expensive for a monthly subscription, so that's very high. But you do get a lot of stuff, and you get decent value. You're never going to get double with this box, but you usually get pretty close to 60. So 50% more than you paid for it, which is good. That's decent. I don't mind that at all. That's pretty decent value, but not tremendous value. So you get a good value here, and you get a good variety of stuff, and they usually have pretty good picks on their things. So the great thing about this company is that you don't get exclusive shirts. Now, exclusive is usually a good thing, except when t-shirts come around, because exclusive means cheap, made themselves. But with this box, you always get branded shirts. They're not always the best choices, but you get branded stuff. So it's quality, made by big quality companies, not itchy homemade stuff. So that's good. That's one great thing about this company that I like. So even though it's super expensive, I'm still going to keep it around because I'd like to see where it goes. And as this company grows, I could totally see them getting some exclusive stuff. So I'd be excited to see where this box goes. And I'm always excited to get it. So I look forward to the future with this. And it got pretty high on the countdown because I like the things in here. You got a nice Dorbs figure, and then you got some cool t-shirts that you usually get, like a #1 comic, sometimes an exclusive cover. So good variety of stuff, and I always, again, like the big boxes with lots of stuff. But that's just me. So, that was number 5. Moving on, let's see what we got for number 4. Alright, number 4. We got Arcade Block. So, the Nerd Block company really is a great company. Like, I really have no complaints. Not that I complain about the rest of them, but no complaints about them. Like, they really do put out a good product, and they have a variety of options. They have Arcade Block, Classic Block, they have the Horror Block. The Comic Block is the only one that I wouldn't recommend. That doesn't look like a super good one, but they're really good at giving variety. They always put in interesting items that you don't see every day. They often get exclusives, which is fantastic, and these are no exceptions. This one, not necessarily anything exclusive this time around, but you got a watch that was like very interesting and that looked like a speedometer to a car, which I thought was very cool. And everyone can use watches, so that's something nice. And you had a pretty cool t-shirt design, so this one didn't blow me away by any means, but it did have a good variety, it did have good value. So for boxes like this sometimes, it's not that they're like, they got the number 4 spot, so it's not that it blew me away, but it just did better than the other boxes this month. So sometimes that's the case. And I think it was last month or maybe it was the month before that or something like that, where it was like most of the box, like none of the boxes were very good. So the number 1 spot was better than the rest, but it still wasn't that great. So this is one of those situations where definitely not bad by any means, still a great box, but nothing stellar. Like, it didn't blow my mind by any means, but it was better than many of the other boxes this month. Like I said, good value. With the Nerd Block company, for a $30 box, you're almost always going to get around a $50 value, which is good, almost double. And like I said, they have good variety. There's always at least one item in there that's like kind of thinking outside the box, so to speak. And it's an interesting item that you wouldn't see every day. So it's always cool to see it, like the watch. And last month it was like a hat or like the mason jar they did one time. So that's very cool. Like, I don't mind that at all. So that's number 4. Then number 3, wouldn't you guess it, it's brother, Nerd Block Classic. So these two are always usually in the top 5. They're usually never number 1, they're not the best, but they're up there. They always give great value. This one was great. This one you did get an exclusive. This was Doctor Who, which I personally haven't watched the show, but I'm sure lots of people would appreciate that. They obviously have a deal with Titans. We're always getting Titans exclusive, which I don't mind at all, because I think Titans is a really great company. They do collectibles, but they do more realistic ones. They're always doing, it's like Funko, but instead of characters from cartoons and stuff, they're always doing real people. Like Doctor Who, they did Buffy, they did Ghostbusters, they did Breaking Bad, so it's real people. And exclusive figures I'm always excited about. And they gave a cool shirt and a nice little bear that was very high quality. So something I can say about Nerd Block is they're really good on picking quality stuff. It's good variety and it's quality. They're not cheaping out on stuff. They're not giving like the cheap second-hand like make yourself stuff. They're actually picking out quality. And for a British invasion box, like, that's a theme that's like really out there that no one's really done too much before, but they still did a good job. Usually when companies pick an out there theme, it usually comes across as like kind of awkward and lame, but they did a fantastic job. And again, great value, right around $50, like almost double your value. Like, really no complaints there. Like, great. That's really good. I like that company. I hope they make more boxes. They recently came out with the comic block, and I heard about it and I was excited, and then I saw what came in and I immediately lost interest. I just don't want a bunch of new comics every month. I don't have time to read new series, and I don't have places to store them, and that's kind of all it is. So I kind of passed on that one, but I hope they do more like these ones, where it's the bigger $30 ones and not the cheaper ones. So I hope eventually they do that. That'd be great to see. So anyway, now we're in the top 2. It's getting exciting. So let's see what we got for number 2. Alright, the number 2 box of the month is Super Geek Box. So, I gotta say, I was very pleasantly surprised about this box. This was the first one I've ever got from them, and they're a fairly new company. New in the sense that they're just starting to put out boxes, but like I said before, this is someone from the One Up Box company. 1UP was originally started by 2 people, and then they had creative differences, so one split off, created Super Geek Box. And you know, I've had so many boxes recommended to me. I'm always very hesitant to try out new companies because it's just hard. When you're a new company, you can't get exclusives, it's hard to get things wholesale, it's hard to give value, and that's just general for all businesses in general. It's hard to start out, so I'm always very reluctant to try new companies. And most of the time, like, people recommend boxes to me on my channel all the time, and I'll try them, but for the first time, they're usually never great. But this one was, they did a very good job. They put in some good stuff. They had some good variety. You got a nice Dorbs figure. You got some collectibles, and you got a shirt which was really, really high in quality. I was thoroughly impressed in the quality of it. This Legend of Zelda shirt, like, I was very happy with it. Like, they did a good job, and I'm pretty excited to see where they go in the future. Again, this is one of the smaller, cheaper boxes, so they probably won't ever get exclusives. Maybe one day they will. That'd be cool, but they probably won't. But they gave tremendous value. What was the value on this? So yeah, on the low end you got double your value. And yeah, tremendous value, good product, good variety, good mix of stuff. I was very happy about this, considering it's such a cheap box. It's always a bonus when it's a cheap box, because the reality of the matter is, these are all mystery boxes. You don't know what you're getting. You're technically gambling. So when you throw out a bunch of money, you're just kind of hoping you get back what you paid, and it's always a gamble. So it's cool for boxes that are cheaper because you're never gambling with that much, so you're never too worried about it. With the big boxes, if you're putting out like $50 or something, like it makes you nervous because you don't know if you're going to get back crap, and you don't know if you're going to waste your money. And that's a lot of money to waste. But when it's only like $20, it's like, well, that's not that big a deal. Even if it came horribly, it's like, it's only $20. Like, I'd rather have not wasted it, but not that big a deal, you know what I mean? So it's cool to have cheaper boxes like this. They do charge extra on tax, which I'm kind of bummed about for California, and depending on what state you're in, they charge different rates for tax, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But even with that, they still gave great value. So I'm excited to see what they do in the future. I think this is a great company, and I would definitely recommend this for a first-timer. It's nice and cheap, good variety, and good amount of stuff, like good quality. So absolutely. So moving on to our number 1 spot. Let's take a look at what we got. Alright, time for the number 1 box. And it is, no surprise, Marvel Collector Corps. Now, I'll start this off with saying this box wasn't as good as their last box, but I think that's more because of the character. Ant-Man is a brand new movie. It's a brand new, not necessarily a new franchise. The character's been around a long time, but it's just being rebooted with the movie, so it's somewhat new in that sense. Also, it's just one character. It's very specific. Whereas the last one with the Avengers is huge. It's broke box office records with their movie. It has so many characters involved. There was so much build up to it, so it's no surprise that that box was much better. But still, this box was still fantastic. It's always great because it's 100% exclusive. You always get Funko products, which are 100% exclusive, so it's always great to see that stuff. And they give nice branded shirts from Marvel because it is Marvel, so that's great. I had a real hard time choosing between Marvel and Super Geek Box because I really enjoyed them both. Like, I think I was more excited for Super Geek Box, and I think I enjoyed the stuff a little bit more, but I just couldn't argue with the value on this thing. You got you got on the high end, if you do the math, you got about triple what you paid for this. Like, even on the low end, you got more than double what you paid for it, considering the price that these things in the box, what they sell for. So, fantastic value, 100% exclusive, and yeah, you just really can't argue with that too much. So, even though I was very excited for Super Geek Box and I love the stuff in it, like, even if you didn't like the stuff, like, as a collector, I can only speak for myself, but collecting items, even if you don't end up liking an item, if it's exclusive, it's still cool to have. And it's really easy to sell or trade if you wanted to. And that's part of the fun of collecting, like getting stuff and trading with other people and talking about things and like either selling or, like I said, exchanging. So that's cool too. So I think that's why that got a little bit higher. And again, for the exclusivity of stuff. Super Geek Box was cool, but nothing exclusive and nothing was necessarily hard to find about it. It just was good picks. whereas this stuff you can only get here or buy resell online for a tremendous upsell value. So I really liked it, and the movie was good. It was a great movie. I think most people liked it. Again, it wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, but it was good. I definitely enjoyed it. It was definitely entertaining. Cool characters, cool design. I loved the pop and the mystery mini, and the shirt was nice too. So that was great. Good news about this. Many people have said, like, people complained about the comics not being bagged and boarded. They announced from now on their comics will be bagged and boarded. So cool. It's cool that they're listening to their customers and listening to other people's reviews, and now they're changing that. So that's really awesome, and I appreciate that. So that's cool that their comics are going to be bagged and boarded. Their next box is going to be Secret Wars, which is a huge series that they've been working on right now, so that should be super exciting. You should get some really cool stuff in that box. Like, I'm very excited for it. So yeah, Marvel Collector Core is just really an all-around good box. Like, even if you don't like Marvel and for some reason you hate Funko, like, even if you wanted to buy it just to resell the stuff, it's still great. So no surprise that this gets the #1 spot. It's almost unfair to a certain point because Marvel and Funko are such well-established companies that they can get things dirt cheap, they can make exclusives, and give amazing value. So it's almost unfair to some of these other boxes out there that are small businesses that are trying, little mom and pop shops trying to make boxes and put them out there. So it just tips the scales in a weird way. So it offsets the balance and gives these boxes lower rating because it sets the bar so high. So it's kind of hard for these other companies, and I feel bad for the other companies because this one has such an easy time doing it, and these other ones are working so hard. But either way, still a great box. So very happy with that. Like, fantastic to see it. Can't wait to see what comes in the future. So that's been the countdown. Let's do a little wrap up and talk about the future of the channel and some other things, and then we're out. So let's talk about that a little bit. All right. So, to sum up, I hope this helped. I hope you guys out there got some information that you could have used out there to help you find the best box. I know for me, when I first started getting involved in this, I had a hard time picking which one was best for me. So, I hope this video, even though it's tremendously long and I talk way too much, I hope this was somewhat helpful. I hope you gained some information to hopefully save you money so you don't have to waste money on the wrong box for you and find one that's specific to your taste. So I hope that was achieved in some way. So, because that's what it's all about. I want to be here to help. That's what I'm here for. And on that note, this channel is all about you guys. It's about the community. If you look on my videos, any question that's ever sent, I respond to every question. I read every single comment that's on there. I reply to just about all of them. At the very least, I'll like them to show you that I've read the comments. I'm very good about responding to the community and to my viewers because I appreciate you guys. This channel would be nothing without you guys. So that's why I spend so much time trying to create a good community. And it shows, because here's a message to all the box companies out there, like, anyone who has bad customer service, like, don't do it, because we'll put you on blast here. Like, one thing about this channel and my viewers, like, don't fuck with us, man. Like, that's been proven, especially with this whole Infinity Crate debacle. Like, don't fuck with us, man. Like, we're nice people, we're good people here, but don't push us. Because if you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. So don't come here spreading your negativity or being rude, because I stick up for every one of my viewers, and they stick up for me too. We're a good, tight community here, and I consider them all my friends. So that's what it's all about. So if you ever have questions or anything, or just want to talk, feel free to come to this channel, post questions, post comments. I will personally take time to make sure I respond to every single one of you, because that's what I do. I appreciate you guys, because you take the time to watch me, I'm going to take the time to respond to you. So let's build a good community together. And again, I hope this was somewhat helpful. As far as the future for the channel, the next video I'll do is my weekly roundup, some cool things that I've acquired lately, and I got some giveaways. I got some major giveaways coming up. The channel's growing. I still have to do my 2,000 giveaway. I still have to do my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. I have, like I said, people that posted to Facebook to Infinity Crate, I told them I'd give them prizes and things like that. I'm totally going to. I got shout outs, communities. I also have some unboxings to do. I have a box from Jerome. I have a box from my buddy in the UK who always subscribes on here, Phil B. Kid. I have one from the Red Cellar. So I have 3 boxes from the community that I'm going to do unboxings of, show some cool stuff. Other things that I've acquired, so yeah, so there's cool stuff to come up. And I'm already way behind for the boxes of July, but those boxes to come up. I got Comic-Con box in there, Batoyo Bento, some other fun things that's coming up, so stay tuned for all of that. So once again, I just want to say I appreciate you all so much. If you've watched this video up until this point, you are a champion, and like I said, I want to show you guys how much I appreciate you for watching however long this video's been, 1,000,000 hours, so I appreciate everything you do. On a side note, I'm sure you've noticed my beard has been getting progressively smaller as the video went along. So I'm taking a break from the beard. Taking a break for the summer. It's getting too hot. It's getting way too hot here. I'm in California and it's just so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice. So I'm just taking a little short break from it for the summer. When fall and winter comes back around, I'll grow my girth back, my big Santa beard. So it'll be back, don't worry. So the good news is it'll never be gone. It'll never be totally gone. I'll just be sporting a little mini beard for a while because it's too hot. I'm sweating balls in these videos, man. I'm sure you could tell I'm glistening, but yeah, it's just way too hot. So anyway, just an explanation on that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thank you for watching my 1,000,000 hour video, and thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Stay tuned for my weekly roundup, all my giveaways and shout outs there. Thank you all for watching. I mean it when I say it. I love you all. Peace.